Becky Ballheis from Confident Stampers. Today we're doing a SIP card. Stamps, ink, and paper. That's all I'm using. I love making SIP cards because they're quick and easy, and they're perfect if you're a newer stamper because you don't need all the stuff. All you need is stamps, ink, and paper. So that's what we're focusing on. I think you're going to like the card I make. It's fun, it's bright, and it's fun, and you can use with any colors. I think that's kind of the beauty of the stamps that I'm going to share with you today. And then when I'm done, I'm going to show you 4 other cards made with the same stamps and colors where I've stepped it up and used some dies and embossing folders. So make sure you hang on all the way to the end because you don't want to miss those. But we're going to start simple. So let's go ahead, flip the camera down, and let's get stamping. Like I mentioned, today is all about bright, fun, and simple. So we're using the stamp set Round You Go. Honestly, this is one that when I first saw, didn't jump out at me. And then I started playing with it and I've gone just a smidgen crazy. So I'm going to stamp one. I've got 7 others to share with you. So after we do this one, then we'll see. Now this one, I haven't pre-designed it. So we're going to kind of think as we go here. I do know that I'm going to use a note card. Especially with SIP cards, I like the note cards because they come in a pack of 20. You have the envelopes and the note cards. We could stamp right on there, but you'll see why here in a second. I'm going to actually stamp on a layer. So my layer is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Now, don't worry about all those measurements because I will have them over on the blog post that goes with this video. You'll find the link in the description. And over there, I'll have all the measurements and I'll share all the measurements for all the additional cards as well. And all the colors and all that jazz. So just watch and see if you can pick up a couple of tips. So we're going to start with this one. Now we are going to start with one of the, and I'm not even sure what to call these. Should we call them pinwheels? I don't know. There's probably some official name, but I've got the smaller one. You can see one is a little bit smaller than the other. And we're going to start using our Coastal Cabana. Oh, I want to turn it this way for a little bit different. Now I'm going to ink it up and I'm going to stamp it. And I want to make sure I come off the cardstock. This is what you'll see later on here as we go. Now, I also want to ink it up again, stamp it on scrap paper, and stamp it again right on top of it, just spinning it a little bit. So you can see we get the lighter shades in between. Now, just for reference sake, if I wasn't coming off the edge, I could stamp it once and then just turn it a little bit and stamp it again and see how fun that is. But what happens when you go off the edge of a piece of cardstock, and you know what, let's do another one here. I'm going to mess this one up and then start over just purposefully. If I go off the edge, so let's do one like that, and then I spin it, okay, we are going to get some funny colors. You can see right in there. We'll see if we can show it again on a smaller piece here. Because of going over that edge, you don't get as clean of a second stamping because some of it never stamped off in the first place. So it works if the full thing's on, but whenever you're off on the edge, remember what you want to do is stamp your first one, stamp on scrap paper so we get ink all the way around off, and then go ahead and stamp it again. Now, let me grab another piece and we're going to start over for the card we're making. Okay, so that was kind of your stamping off tip. It applies anytime you stamp off the edge and you want to do that second stamping. So let's start over and make a real card. So full strength, scrap paper first, and then this time we're going to just kind of line it up in between there. I don't want to put my head underneath so that you see it. And then let's do that again. Oops, full strength first. See, now I'm confusing myself. Full strength, second stamping, we're going to go on scrap paper. Okay. We've got those 2 going. And then let's go ahead and do one of the large ones. This, what do we have? Coastal Cabana, now Azure Afternoon. And we're going to do the same thing. Full strength, scrap paper, spin it around here. Let's see if we can somewhat line it up. We've got that going. Now, for our yellow, we are going to use Daffodil Delight. We have a larger circle and then a smaller one for the smaller piece here. And the beauty of this stamp set also is you don't have to have it perfectly lined up. It's just kind of random, it's fun, it's bright. We've got the little, let's see, stars. We're going to stick some of those in here, just like so. Let's see, I don't want to put too many or it gets too messy. Okay, got that going. Now let's go for a greeting. The other nice thing about the stamp set is there's lots of different greetings in it, and they're nice and big and bold, and they work fabulous with black. I tend to always do my greetings in black. Greetings or sentiments or whatever you want to call them. I think they just pop and show a little bit more. So we're using 2. Happiest birthday to you. Now, that's all the stamping I'm going to do on there because I wanted to keep this very simple. We're going to go ahead and grab our adhesive, and I'm using the liquid. There we go. Put some adhesive on it. Make sure we don't put it upside down, and we're going to stick it onto our note card. Now, the reason, like I said at the beginning there, I did want to layer a piece onto the note card is because I really liked kind of the edge of white we got around it with these ones that we're stamping off. I could just dressed it up a little bit more. So like you said, I said earlier, I kept it super simple. Now let's bring in these other ones. And you can see here, I just brought in, I think that was Calypso Coral. Another color, but you can see hip hip hooray, happy birthday, hip hip hooray, time to celebrate. Just a super fun, easy stamp set to make a whole bunch of cards with not a lot of work. Now, I also want to share with you, after I did these, I decided to pull in the dies plus an embossing folder. Now, I have not shared a card yet with this one. This is going to come at a later date. But I did use all of these dies, and I want to show you the fun I started having. Well, actually, first, these 2 don't have dies. I just stamped my image. You can see I stamped very similar to what I shared with you, but this time we're using a full-size card. So it's a half a sheet of cardstock with a layer with some black, because black works great with these fun, bright colors. Embossed my greetings, but you can see how after I stamped, I embossed. So there's so much fun texture. After I did that, I'm kind of like, this one looks a little bit boring. But that just shows how easy it is to step up a card, stamp, emboss a layer, and then emboss that greeting to really make it pop. So these 2, we're doing that. Then we hauled out the dies. We got a lot going on here, friends. So you can see I started out with that same embossed background there. And then I stamped these and I die cut them because we can cut out the full shape. You can see where here I did that, stamped it twice. This one I did not. Actually, it's just the second stamping to get a little bit lighter color so I could stamp on top of it. And see those fun little holes, the circles around it? That is these 2 dies. It's kind of fun too because I could have put like a piece of black cardstock underneath there, and then they would have looked like black dots. So it's like mix and match these all different ways. And then here are just the 2 pieces right here where it cuts out that shape without it being stamped. So a lot of fun just, to play around with. So there's that one. And then this one, oh, there you can see I stamped, kind of combined everything, I guess. I did some stamping and then I embossed it. And then I did cut out using the little circles to get all those little dots, but you can see how they look black because of the black cardstock that's coming through on the back. And then I added those on there with some dimensionals and our greeting. So these cards were not hard by any means. We just brought in some more products. We embossed them, die cut them, played around with a bunch. Here, we only stepped it up a little bit by the embossing folder. And then we started out being super simple and just making what I call SIP cards. All we used on these were stamps, ink, and paper. Quick and easy to make cards. Endless combinations of colors. It's a great stamp set for anybody, especially for quick and easy cards. So make sure to reach out if you have any questions. Otherwise, check out my blog post. And if you would like to purchase the stamp set, the link will be in the video description and also on that blog post. We would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and help you with all your stamping and card making needs. So let us know if we can help you in any way. Until we stamp again, have a stamp happy day.